local recording?
We just did.
There
It doesn't
he
matter
goes.
because now he's gonna have to get it off of the thing, but that's fine. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, aside from the things that I always screw up, how is everyone this week?
I'm well.
I know most of you, or most of all of us, are excited for BlizzCon, even though I'm not going. Sad face.
Yep. Yeah, that is sad.
Very
Sad
sad
face.
Mm.
It's gonna be awesome though. And that's actually
tiring.
it's actually what
Oh,
this whole show is about.
I should have thought of this earlier, but can we just put a picture of Xizta in the bottom right corner, like down there? We miss him that much. We just need a picture of him.
Let me try and find one. Let's see. We got one here. You keep talking, and I'll try and find a picture of this.
Okay. Okay.
I could try to find one too. Let's see. Maybe if I can pull one up off of Facebook or something.
I mean, we're just so lonely. I mean, there's the photoshopped one of him in a sexy nurse
I am
costume.
so lonely. I won't sing.
Oh man, yeah.
I cannot sing. Something I'm
can't
not
sing.
good at. Play the piano, but I can't sing. Speaking of which, I've been trying to figure out a place to set up my keyboard since I moved in here, and this area of the desk is perfect, but
still.
it would kill me. Yeah.
Still, when do you arrive at BlizzCon?
I am arriving. Our flight leaves here at 7:30 in the morning, and it's
When?
landing a Thursday. We'll be at the hotel at 12 at noon or earlier.
Okay.
And check-in isn't until 4 p.m., so we're going to have to find something to do for a few hours. I mean, we can go early and see if they'll let us check in early. I mean, some hotels let you do that, but I don't know.
Okay.
Why?
Oh, just curious.
Oh.
So you can meet up with. You should just spend the time with Sophist. Just get.
Well,
drink, you know.
I know they're getting there at what, on Wednesday, right?
Yes. Yep.
Sophist.
We are there on
Okay.
Wednesday.
Well, I'm sure, we'll text Xizta when we land and everything like that.
I'll send you the
figure out
picture.
Oh, I got one. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, he's got
Perfect.
I don't know if it's
so
good.
that
Oh,
works perfectly.
one. That's great.
And Laura's here in spirit as well.
There we
That's
go.
right. They're both here in spirit.
We need to get them both drunk at BlizzCon and a repeat image.
Repeat
Yeah,
thing.
basically next week's podcast is going to be just a bunch of images of Sophist Xizta they'll passed out at the hotel, I'm sure.
Oh,
Probably.
boy.
With Sev making sure to take the pictures.
I tend not to drink that much unless I'm in party situations like that, so, oh god. I haven't gotten really drunk in like 3 or 4 years. This is going to be hilarious.
I don't even want to think about it. I'm just going to be excited to be there, and when I'll let drunk come to drunk. That's fine.
I'll be running on excitement.
So that's basically what this episode's about. We're going to try and keep it short and sweet because there's not been too much news other than what we previously talked about. Also, Xizta really wants to talk about BRD. So you're gonna hold off on BRD lore till next week. I know Phil's kind of upset because it's one of his
my
favorite
favorite
instances
instance.
as well.
I know. We have to make hard choices sometimes, but I think this one's for the
Yeah.
best.
That's all right. It's a short one. It's going to be good. So, speaking of short and sweet, let's just get right into some of this this BlizzCon. There's not really. We'll just go over what we expect from BlizzCon. And I guess actually let's first of all, before we even get into that, are you guys at all excited for Blink-182? That's one of the few announcements that they have given us since our last episode.
Meh.
I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of past that phase of my life where I really want to go to live shows all the time.
See, Phil was really hoping it was either going to be A, Miley Cyrus, or B, Justin Bieber. See, you saw his eyes go up there? He was interested.
I would have... Blink-182, actually, if I had to pick a band, is actually pretty cool. It's one of the bands I grew up listening to, so I'm actually kind of excited for that, but I don't
They're
know.
not my last
Maybe
choice.
I like Tenacious D probably would have been more fun for me. Jonathan Colton would have been a lot of fun for me. things like that. But I'll take Blink-182 as far as like a free. Basically, since I'm going anyways, it's a free concert. That's
I'll
pretty
take
sweet. Yeah, that's
You're
pretty
not gonna
awesome.
hear me complain. I'm not. I'm not like fangirl mode, but you know.
Yeah,
Fangirl over Justin Bieber.
fangirl Phil.
Please, no.
It's a new skin in League of Legends coming out soon.
Yes. What else did we see this week? We did have kind of a leak of the supposed maybe title for the new World of Warcraft expansion. Maybe not. Squishy, you wanna? I mean, do you know anything other than the title, or?
Let's ask lore nerd Thilladrin first.
See, it's like Warlords of Draenor, and that just brings me instant another Burning Legion, expansion or something like that. Now, in the name itself, you have Warlords of Draenor, or aka Outland. So that makes me think we're either A, going back to Outland, or doing some kind of time travel mumbo jumbo and going back to Draenor pre it exploding. Which would be awesome. That's my own personal theory. I haven't read this anywhere or anything, and people are probably
Let's just go back to the Caverns of Time.
See, if it was named Warlords of Argus, I'd be like, way more intrigued on that one. Because
how do you feel though? Like, if they are doing this, if they do decide to go back in time, they're like, okay, we're gonna go to the Caverns of Time again, except this time you're going to an entirely new zone. It's gonna be awesome. Like, it seems like that's kind of thin ice. Like, it could go really well, it could go really poorly.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just me throwing that out there. Honestly, I have no idea what it is, what it's going to hold, where we're going, but
that's what it makes
find
me
out
think.
in like 5 days.
Yeah, you'll hear when they announce that. If they announce, oh yeah, we're going back in time to Draenor before it was exploded, became Outland, I'd be like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? I was right. Because I'm just throwing it at the wall here.
Yeah, and in all actuality, like, they really could still be just holding on to whatever they feel like, and that they could be like, hey, guess what? It is an Emerald Dream expansion. Suck it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I would say if we don't see Terralion and Ilaria, I will be pissed.
I mean, okay, they keep hinting at that. I mean, there's the loading screen thing that says Terralion and Ilaria have not been heard or seen in a bunch. There was some other mention of them either on a Twitter or Facebook or something that was towards them. And so I kind of agree with that. The other thing is, though, find out Blizzard knows that people are going to find their trademarks. What if there's some guy in Blizzard who's just like, let's put out all these fake ones and then put the real ones somewhere in the middle of the fake ones? They'll never know which one it is.
That's what I'm saying. They could just be doing it. They should have just done like the 12 days of WoW expansions of like WoW expansion title, WoW expansion title, WoW expansion title. And then be like, go ahead, pick one.
We'll probably get there. It'll be World of Warcraft, the Emerald Dream. Yes. And everybody will be like, everybody in attendance will be be like, what? Okay, I'll cheer for this.
Yeah, they're like, I think it's exactly the response you will get. Everyone will be like, ooh, that happened. Huh.
And then, no, they'll do the entire panel. At the very end, Chris Metzen will stand up and be like, this was all just a joke. You can go home now.
That's fine. No, we're actually done with World of Warcraft. Here's Titan.
Yeah.
There's a Titan panel starting right now, just in case you want to sit around.
Basically, if you see anything that says Warcraft, just replace it with Titan, and this is your stuff. Yeah, no.
I want to know what Titan was before they scrapped it and started remaking it.
It was an MMO.
Thank you, Captain.
That's all we know.
Anything. Like any tidbit. Like, okay, here's a bunch of stuff we were working on. This is what it was going to be. It's not going to be any of this.
Do you actually, we have this, I have this down on the show notes. Do you think anything gets announced at all that has to do with what Project Titan was or is going to be or is?
If they didn't decide to redo whatever they're doing, then yeah, I'd expect to see something. Are we going to see anything about what it was? No, probably not, because I don't think that's Blizzard's style. They're not going to release any info on something that's not going to be polished or to the end or anything like. Yeah, I can't even think. It would be nice. I'm just going to go with that. It would be really nice to see something. But I can't say either way.
It would be nice, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Blizzard will only give out information they're pretty much 100% sure on, or that they have game footage of to please the audience. I'm pretty sure they have none since they just scrapped it.
Yeah. But the optimism part of me is saying, then maybe not. Maybe we'll see something.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I would say is, how much did they really scrap? They haven't said that they went. They never really said, it's completely done. They have said that they took resources and moved them to other teams while they reworked some. Was it basic elements?
Did you ask? You forgot to ask Xizta.
Oh, Xizta. Oh, Xista's.
I think he's still passed out,
sleeping.
guys. Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's sleeping.
Just.
If you wake
man.
up, have him ask Floor. Floor knows.
Maybe, yeah. They're right next to each other. Maybe they will. Huh. I wonder if that's in Cal. Is he in California already? Maybe. Huh.
It's a thought.
Anyways.
Maybe Xizta.
We kind of touched on the Titan thing. Do you think... I guess... Well, I won't go there yet. The other thing with the World of Warcraft stuff that's coming out is this live raid that they're going to be doing at BlizzCon, which is something they've done in the past. They've also done the... what did they use? They did one year where they threw all the raid bosses at people in Orgrimmar, or the two teams in Orgrimmar.
I was there. It was funny. The part I caught, there's like every boss from Black Temple that they could get on top of each other, and I was like, what am I watching?
Yeah. Are you guys actually going to be excited to watch it's basically, I think, what they did with Throne of Thunder, correct? And they said, okay, you guys are going to race through Throne of Thunder.
I mean, Athene's already done it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the same deal, right? And it's just going to be live there.
See, what would be more fun is if they had the raid in the middle of like Orgrimmar or somewhere open, just summoned all 12 bosses around, or 14 bosses around them in a circle, and say, first one to complete all 14 win. You could pull more than one if you want, but you need to kill all 14 to win. I think that'd be more interesting.
What about...
right now it's just a standard weekly clear of heroic Siege of Orgrimmar, which really isn't that frankly exciting.
Yeah,
no.
I could see that. That would be funny. Or you talk to random... There's an NPC in front of each one. You click and say, I want, like, you know what I mean? You have to trigger it so that you don't accidentally pull into something like that. But the thing that allows you to pull all these things together, that would be entertaining at the very least. That would be amazing.
Just pull all 14 at once. See how it goes.
That would be pretty funny. I mean, I'd like to pay attention. Maybe, keep an eye on who's doing it, but I'm not like super excited to watch it. Even the Throne of Thunder. Huh?
You're not going to go watch it?
It would really depend on what's going on, but it's not like high on my priority list.
If we had like 10 minutes in between something and we were passing by, I'd maybe stop and watch for a little bit, but I'm not going to, make that the focus of my afternoon.
Right.
It was cool to watch. It's cool to watch when they have done this in the past, but it's not something I was like glued to my TV to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So, got that. More BlizzCon stuff. Do you want to... What about this? The Hearthstone Invitational, Innkeeper's Invitational? Are you guys pulling for anyone specifically in the tournament?
They don't have a spectator mode, unless they reveal it. If they reveal a spectator mode, I might watch it. But otherwise, probably just not going to bother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really pulling for anybody. I'll watch it, but
I'm kind of in the same boat with Squishy. If they reveal a spectator mode, I'm going to be really excited to like just check it out and see what the talk is all about with that.
Yeah.
But as far as the tournament, I don't know. This one, I'm not. The format's just weird to me. It seems odd. I'm not too thrilled about that.
Yeah.
I think Hearthstone tournaments in general could be a lot of fun, especially for people to like people that want to participate in them, to go play against other people that are in higher. You know what I mean? Like if you make it open to everyone and say, hey, you have a chance to compete against some of these high people that are high rank or whatever, that you have notoriety that they can see on stream. That's the kind of thing I think is cool when you open it up to everyone and say, hey, come check out this tournament. You have a chance to play whatever. You have to be here for a certain time, but you could win a big prize. When they just involve a bunch of high profile people,
yeah, it's not as exciting. I mean, Friday is pretty much going to be the find out everything Blizzard game related.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Friday, figure out what's next in World of Warcraft, what's next in Hearthstone, what's next in D3, and what's next in Heroes of the Storm, or what is Heroes of the Storm, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Notice, there's no StarCraft. There's no what's next for StarCraft panel.
Well, we know what's next for StarCraft, really, at a basic level, Legacy of the Void.
Instead, they're just giving us a what's in the next update, which I don't think is as exciting.
They probably don't have much for the expansion yet.
Because it just came out, what, a couple months ago?
A little while ago, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it's been about a year, I think, hasn't it? It's been a while, but it's not like it's old at all, and they have plenty of time for the next one to come out. And you know where the story is kind of going. So, as far as people that want story, they kind of have an idea what they're waiting for. As far as gameplay, unless they can, like you said, unless they can show you something, they're not going to bother. So at this point, they're probably just like, hey, check out the WCS. Lots of people like the WCS, so people will be really excited to watch that.
Right.
So at least they have that. Like, they have their esport right now, and it is a popular esport, so there will be a lot of people there that are excited for the WCS for sure. Maybe we could find a WCS representative. Someone that enjoys and is much more knowledgeable at StarCraft than us. Luke, yes.
And then, I mean, Saturday is basically like all the stuff. I'm really interested to see the Q&As, partly because I want to see what the community asks, because the developers are usually caught off guard by like half the questions, and they have to think of some kind of BS answer on the spot.
No way, you know where you're going to be. You're going to be at the cosplay party.
Me? I'm just going to watch the I don't have to be there.
from the cozy confines of my own house. Oh, man. Yeah, I think that Friday's really going to be the like information overload. Like we've gotten just take in all the information you can.
Oh yeah.
Go party on Friday night and then come back to our hotel and be like, all right, now we got to sort all this out and figure out what actually happened.
I have 1 hour sleep and then we're back in BlizzCon of the Void.
Yep. Yeah. So the other thing too is Diablo 3. We've kind of gone over all that. There's not much other than we kind of know what the expansion is. We know the new class. We know some of the new things. I'll just be excited to see the trailer. I think I'm sure. It seems like at this point you'll get a trailer. At least I would think so. I mean, they're getting to the point where I don't know. Maybe not. What do you guys think? Squishy, do you think we'll get a trailer for the Diablo 3 expansion?
At this point, yeah. That's basically the next biggest thing they can reveal to get people excited about it. Mm-hmm. And then after that,
maybe a release date, but probably in all reality, just a trailer coming, soon, third quarter or whatever.
Yeah.
A playable build will be nice.
I'm sure that there will actually be playable. Playable, like the Crusader. You'll be able to play the Crusader. I'm pretty sure.
I thought the Crusader was played at PAX, wherever it was renounced already.
It may have been a very rough build of it. Yeah.
Speaking of release date, are we gonna get a next WoW expansion release date? No, it's too early, right?
We might get a quarter, this quarter that year, but
I mean, we can pretty much estimate when it's going to be. because we're already in the final raid tier.
Mhm.
They said they don't want to do another year of Dragon
No.
Soul, so
Yeah, no.
it's at least gonna be what, maximum 9 months from when.
Yeah, I'm
Siege of
thinking
Oberon rele-
spring. Honestly, like if they really want to stick to like getting content out, and like they've said, like they don't want this to last long.
Right.
I think if they've put all those resources onto the World of Warcraft team for that reason, then I would expect spring. I don't know if you'll get a release date, but you may, like Phil said, maybe coming spring, or like a hint towards when they think they can get this out. I don't think it'll just
their
say.
betas usually last like 3-4 months though.
Yeah, their
They
betas
could,
last
At
a while.
least, at the very minimum.
We may get info on when the beta starts. They may give us,
But-
beta for the next WoW expansion starts this
Would
date.
you be really taken back if they said, "Here's what the expansion is. Guess what? You guys are all going home with beta keys."
I'd like it.
I don't care. 'Cause
I
But
don't-
no, would you
it
be
means of
taken
getting
back?
one.
Would you be like, "Oh, wow, that
Oh.
was quick"? Would you be like, "Holy Jesus, that was much faster than I thought"?
Yeah, that's a step up. I mean,
Yeah, if they dumped all the info and like, guess what? You all got beta keys, and this is, it's going to be this with this new class, and maybe they said no new races or whatever, but this new race and this new class, and you're going to this continent in this lovely world, and it's going to be level this to that, and the main bad guy's going to be this person, and blah 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 blah.
do they
And
really
then-
want to? Speaking of that, are they going to reveal their next new bad guy?
Probably not.
Are they going to do that again? Because I think it ruined the expansion for a lot of people.
I don't know.
They could. It depends on who the bad guy is. It really does. If it's something like the Lich King, I would say go for it. I don't know if I'm in the minority, but I actually enjoyed knowing that the Lich... Maybe he was a little bit too in your face as you were leveling, but knowing that I was going to kill the Lich King from day one and like get really excited and really wanted to like not like this guy and then just be like, oh my god, like we could be... What's it going to be like? And then you hear about Icecrown Citadel.
Yeah.
If it's a bad guy, then
Yeah, I
If they
agree.
have to build the character, you won't know until you're
Yeah,
until
I really didn't like how they announced Garrosh at all, because like the story took so many twists and turns. It could have really gone anywhere, except that everybody flat out knew from the previous BlizzCon that Garrosh was going to be the final guy. It's like somebody just telling you the spoiler for a movie.
yeah.
I just felt it didn't go well. I don't think.
All I care about is if they announce information. It has. All I want is a new physical ranged class. Because if you think about it, the only physical ranged is a hunter. So, give me another one of them.
I think it'd be better if they made some kind of intellect plate. Too many people are complaining about intellect plate.
Even that, something that uses mail, because I mean, that's the
What about
most
like
underutilized.
an
armor right
engineer
now.
type class?
Even that would be nice.
The Tinkerer from way back. That spoiler from way back when.
Oh my
It
god,
doesn't
that'd
need to be
amazing.
the Tinkerer, but it could be whatever. And,
Dude,
and some,
they're just gonna copy Heimerdinger. The class is just to drop turrets everywhere. That's it. That's their DPS. You
That'd
just
be
spam
cool.
one. It's more linear than Arcane Mage. You just spam a bunch of turrets by pressing the same button the entire fight. All it does is drop turrets. And
That'd be
DPS
cool,
lost for
though.
you.
You'd have to worry about
Uh,
turret placement, things like that. Be an interesting class mechanic.
it would be interesting. I think that's more interesting than something like they've talked about Dark Ranger stuff. Like that seems like, to me, Dark Ranger just feels like Hunter, an emo hunter. Like that's what he feels like.
They'd have to.
I am a hunter, but I wear black eyeshadow and I have long hair that covers my face. Fuck you.
They'd have to give it melee spec. There'd have to be a melee spec and range spec to make it different from a hunter. That would be the only way that class would work. Otherwise, you're right. It would be a carbon copy of a hunter.
It really
So
would
just-
be so. Just I don't know. It'd just be so.
Just
Eh.
take the Hunter class. Either add dark, black, or something to every single ability.
Yeah, we could do that to all the
Steady
classes.
shot. Yeah.
You just have an
Dark-
emo subset of classes. You could be like, I am the Dark Mage. Oh man, no, I think for the most part, I would be really like I'm looking at this BlizzCon and going, we kind of know everything that's coming up, right? And don't usually BlizzCons, they've kind of learned their lesson at this point, and when they have a BlizzCon, there's almost always some sort of like wow factor. There's always something that you're kind of like, oh man, I didn't think that they would announce quite that, or like they try and drop some sort of a bomb, and we're not really touching on any of the anything that I'm looking at and going, oh man, that would be awesome. Like I'm trying to figure out what that would be.
And I got it. I broke Blizz's plan. Corgis Unleashed is Titan.
It is, yeah.
Think about it. Think about it.
In space.
It's on the moon.
What about could it be the MOBA? Do you think that they're trying to like really like aim things right at that MOBA? Like we haven't really talked about this yet, but like I know me and you, Squishy, at the very least, are really excited for this MOBA. Phil, maybe I know you're kind of with me and Squishy too, in the fact that we're really heavily entrenched in League of Legends, but
and that's the only thing that's keeping me hesitant is how entrenched I am in League of Legends at the moment. I'm excited. I'm not excited, but I'm being a bit more reserved about it at this point. Once I see some info at BlizzCon, I can give you a better like, oh, that's gonna be amazing, or meh. So I'm still gonna play League either way, but
can you see this all right? I mean, this photo was taken 2 years ago at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Do I need to move it that way?
Yeah.
You're good.
It looks pretty fleshed out.
It really does, yeah.
That character creation screen looks pretty damn good from 2 years ago. And I don't know. I'm super excited for it, as I said.
I'm really excited. Now, I know you
how
said...
How much information are they going to drop? Are we going to get to know how their model's going to be? Because that's going to be a huge selling point for Blizzard All-Star. Heroes of the Storm. God, why do they have to make it of the...
Yeah, it needs to be the Dota model. All champions are unlocked at the start. If it's the League model, and I know you said this, Squishy, it's not gonna
I was going to ask this.
Right.
You guys both said, yeah, I'm really hesitant that if it's the League model. What if they did something like the way... I don't know, League didn't even start this way. What if it is initially, right? The first year's worth of champions, all free. If you play, you get all these champions for free, which is going to hopefully at this point be a pretty sizable amount of champions. And then every so often they come up with a new champion that you then have to, spend earned points on, or you could buy. Is that a model that would be more up your alley, your way of thinking? Like something like not worried about paying for champions later.
I think they should just make everything free. You pay for skins, pay for skins,
cosmetic equipment, stuff
hats.
like that.
I mean, give Deathwing a giant like pony, like the spinny hat thingamajig that I don't know the name of.
I honestly kind of agree with you. Just the way that they've done stuff with their other games, where they've always said, look, it's not gonna affect your gameplay. So a big way to affect your gameplay would to not allow you to have a champion. If they're gonna just say, you get the champions. If you want any of the extra stuff, maybe they have a rune system where you have to actually earn the points for the runes.
Oh, that's runes. Maybe runes would be something similar to League of Legends rune systems. For those who don't know, basically you buy these special like attack damage plus armor or whatever you want, attack or defense, and it helps you in your game. I don't know if I want them to do that.
I want something I have to... Honestly, I like the fact that things... I like the idea that things could be free, but I want something to work towards. Part of the reason I like playing League of Legends is something I look forward to working towards. Like, I need to constantly be getting runes. I need to have... I like having that carrot on a stick is really good, but and just to say like here's everything, all the other extra stuff is just it's just bonus material. I don't know how much I actually like that. Part of me says, yeah, that's awesome, because now I don't have to work towards anything. But the other part of me says, well, now I don't really have a reason to need to keep playing other than my EPing or something. Like, which then gets me, makes me not necessarily care about playing so much. I think having that carrot on a stick is important to me. I don't know.
I agree. I completely agree. There needs to be something to work for, but what is it?
Yeah. And I don't think just skins is enough. Like, I think they need to give you something.
I can't remember. I used to play Smite. Smite is a level up system. You used to get something upon leveling up, and I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. But as far as model goes, didn't Smite do if you buy the game in beta, like I think it was $30 or whatever, you get every champion up until like the certain amount of champions, and then they change it to if you bought the game in beta, you get every champion free when it releases. Period.
Well, that's basically it. You buy basically the pack for every single champion. I mean,
yeah, it's
right.
the founder.
I don't know if Blizzard wants to do that. Right. I mean, just you get all unlocks. I mean, they can work, but
I'd be hesitant if it's the other way, but I'm not going to say I won't play it, because if I play it and really enjoy it, I don't think I'd have the worst issue with just putting League down. I really like League, but there are parts of it that I wish weren't so... I just hope that this crowd is somehow able to get a lot of the toxic player base out.
Oh, it's
I
not.
don't know if that's possible.
Yeah. The
But-
whole MOBA genre, it's not happening.
Yeah. I think it's just the type of player that they attract.
Early beta, it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Until late beta,
And it's not.
and then it's going to be
game
terrible.
release.
What if they only allow you to
red-
right-click on your character and just say things like, "Greetings," or "That was a mistake"?
That'd be brilliant. What they were going to need, they're going to need a little button that when you push this button, you're going to have to play this game, you're going to need to make custom installation on your desk so that when the other player presses this red button, for if you're flaming them or something, you get punched in the face by a spring-loaded boxing glove or something
Okay,
ridiculous.
Take that idea. Smite has a system where if you push V, it has a bunch of pre emotes already ready.
They use
Wizard can
them.
do that.
They use
mean,
that from Tribes. That
Right.
was-
If they just take out the chat altogether, I mean, you can have your standard MOBA ones: enemy missing left, or enemy missing top, enemy missing middle, enemy missing bottom. Have pings available. Just your standard MOBA stuff, but don't have chat. I think it'll work a lot better.
Yeah, and
That's a good thought.
I love that system in Tribes. I loved that they put into Smite, and I mean, high res, they made Tribes, and then they made Smite, so... Well, they made Tribes Ascend, they didn't make the original Tribes.
So
but
something like...
I love...
Unless...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, keep going.
No, go ahead. I was just saying, I love that, you remember, it's like 1, 2, 3, and then, it's a quick emote, like hit the couple keys.
I mean, I think in solo queue, that's the kind of thing that could work. Whereas if you do something like if they have teams and ranked teams, that they allow you to talk with each other. But other than that...
Well, ranked teams, you're probably going to be on Skype or Mumble or some kind of VoIP anyways.
Yeah.
So I actually don't see a reason for chat. Maybe added a GG emote because that's missing, but...
It's not the worst thing in the world. 90% of the time, what does chat actually help you do in a league match?
Not get a pen and paper out to write down dragon timers. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the
and-
only reason I use chat. Blue buff timer, red buff timer, dragon timer, baron timer.
Yeah,
that's
or
it.
everyone just yelling Penta. That's it.
those rare moments where you get a game full of 10, decent people, and you're just bullshitting back and forth the entire game.
I really think because that's the reason they put in Hearthstone. There's no chat in Hearthstone because the emotes pretty much cover most of what you want to say. Granted, it's not probably the best thing you could say.
Like greetings.
Hi. Good game. Well played. Oops.
I mean, it's enough. It's enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe
if they can boil down a MOBA to just in the core messages that you need to send out to have a functioning team, I think that'll fix everything that a MOBA needs.
It'll help.
Hmm.
Because I mean, then when you rage, you're just raging it with yourself. You can't, spill out that whatever onto other players or the enemy team or anything like that.
Guys, we just fixed MOBAs. How do you feel about yourself?
Oh, it would be brilliant.
Simple and elegant. Yes. Now,
It's that easy.
I kind of want to move a little bit towards what do you guys think about this? We talked about the MOBA a decent amount. Do you think this is the kind of thing they also say, guess what? You're getting a beta for this too?
That'd be nice.
I could see it. This one I could see.
This one I could definitely see them saying, you know what? Thanks for coming to BlizzCon. Here's your beta key. This one more so than WoW. I would love to see both.
Definitely.
But
because there's going to be a live presentation of it, it has to be functional.
Yeah,
We know they've been working on this since 2010.
Yeah.
So yeah, it better be functional, polished, and I would love for
Maybe
them
not
to just
polished,
say,
but definitely functional and good enough for a beta. I think so.
mm-hmm.
I like it.
Be nice. I was like, oh, you open your goodie bag when you get, your ticket, and it's like, oh, by the way, in the bottom of the goodie bag, you just pull out Heroes of the Storm beta. What?
Mm-hmm. I'd be like, guys, I'm done. I'm gonna take my plane back and just.
Yeah, can you guys just get all the information tomorrow? I'm just gonna go home right now.
done. Oh man. Yeah, I think. I mean that's kind of where I'm at with that. If you had to pick, I'm gonna put you guys on the spot, like something complete. Putting you on the spot. I'll try and answer the same thing. You have to pick something that's gonna happen at BlizzCon that is completely over the top. That you think, okay, this has got to be their big announcement that no one saw coming. Like I'm talking like it's not going to say like the WoW expansion. I mean like something that the chances are like 15% that it's going to happen, but throw it out there.
Okay.
Squishy.
The WoW dev team doing Gangnam Style on the main stage.
Wow, we're going completely random there, huh?
If I had to say one, it's some kind of World of Warcraft movie trailer.
Yeah.
Have they even filmed anything? Like that seems. I don't think they're even into production, so I don't think that's even possible.
Hey, how do we know that? They're
actually going to film it there.
Maybe they announced the full cast.
All the cosplayers as extras. That's what they're going for.
Yeah.
As far as the movie goes, announce the full cast would be the surprise for me, movie-wise. Like, these are all the characters that are going to be in it, and this is who's playing all of them.
Guys, Crew says hi.
Hi, Crew.
Yeah, Hammer. You can't have a teaser without production. So I think you're both like I really mean like something insane. I'll go first then. I'll just say if I had to pick something that was way out of the box, probably in a million years, I don't think it's actually going to happen, but there is still like a slight chance. They announce what Titan is going, like what the aim of Titan is, like the generic idea of Titan.
I have two. One, open beta Hearthstone. I think that might happen at BlizzCon. Or two, beta of Heroes of the Storm starting. Because I think everybody like, we get to see it, and beta starting. Oh my god!
Like beta starts when you guys get home.
When you guys get... No, they're just going to start it at BlizzCon. So that becomes less packed.
And so you're saying that the movie film, I don't think you guys went big enough.
No,
I
don't know. My big one is sort of with you. So my it's along the lines of Titan. The big thing that no one would see coming is like, hey guys, remember when, a few months back we announced that, we're moving resources away from Titan so we can redo a lot of the core aspects, blah, blah, blah. Basically, we're scrapping the project, yada, yada. Yeah, we were just joshing you. Here's Titan with a full gameplay trailer and footage and all that shit.
Yeah.
That would be to reveal that Titan is actually Destiny with Bungie, and that everybody's confirmations before were correct.
Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see too much that's going to be like out of nowhere, but there could be. If I had to pick one, I'm thinking like off the wall, would be probably Titan. I think that's. Oh, we didn't touch on one more piece of World of Warcraft news actually that we didn't talk about is that the recruiter friend is now active to 85, which is not anything like mind blowing, but really nice. Really nice. Yeah. I know I'm actually in the process of doing it, so I'm going to test it probably the next day or two, test to see how if we
Recruiter
can
friend
actually.
is closed right now, isn't it? Or
Yeah, we got in like the
updating.
day before they closed it.
Yeah.
But I saw someone tweet that they were leveling with Recruiter Friend and it went to 85. So apparently it's in, and it's active for current Recruiter Friend, peoples.
Right.
That'd be
So
nice.
you can go to 85 with Recruiter Friend now, currently live, but still you can't sign up for new Recruiter Friends just yet.
Yep.
That's cool.
So
I like it. I'm excited. I'm gonna move my guys up to 85 and go from there, which is nice because then I just have to worry about 85 to 90, and that's enough of a grind as is. The 80 to 85 was.
It used to take 4 hours.
Yeah.
Used to.
It'll come in handy because I know Omi wants to do another one when it starts off, just so she can get her mount. But it'll mean I'll be able to level pretty much everything on Terralion for Game Breaker Nation. Because right now all I have is my Enhancement Shaman and my Disc Priest on Alliance. Disc Priest. Did I say Disc Priest? So it'll give me everything else I could ever need without having to transfer characters from here and there and the blah, blah, blah.
Yep. All right, so that's kind of it. But we did not want to get rid of our Crack-a-Pack segments. So let's hit some Crack-a-Pack up, and then we will call it a night. It's actually been a really short show, but that's good. It's the pre-BlizzCon show, so I'm excited that get ready to go. Only
To do a
few days
huge
away.
show from BlizzCon. Put all of us in one window.
It'll be a big show.
Yeah, I'm
BlizzCon
hosting
show.
that show whenever it happens. Apparently, so
There'll be a squishy window, and there'll be another window with all of us piled on a bed in a hotel room or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be like Sunday or some day where like I'm not.
what you should
I don't
do
know.
is
we should just do it from the bathroom because I'm gonna be sick.
Should we just we should just do it at the Game Breaker party and just walk your laptop around and just say, hey, there's Shafnit, there's Gary sitting at the bar.
Well, I'll try and get some video footage of people. I'll do interview. Hi, I'm Sophist. I'll try and get the Loktar. Just like
That lore guy.
I'll ask Josh Allen if he can give me a Loktar.
Yeah, you do that.
All right, Crack-a-Pack. You want to do this?
This is good.
Crack
This is good
that
one.
pack.
This is good one.
It's a good
All
one.
right,
I
let's
like
go to
it.
this.
Zista's
video.
not here, so we won't
he's
know
there.
if
He's
Zista's
no,
well or not.
Zista's
Wait,
there.
he's
Look,
there?
he's just asleep. He's right there.
Oh, he wasn't moving. I thought he just completely passed
No, he's
out.
still tired. He's too sleepy. All right, so we got a rare right off the bat. Common. Oh, legendary! Legendary. All right, here we go. 1 mana, Blood Imp for a 1/1 with stealth. Your other minions have +1 health. Phil, have you played a little bit more Hearthstone since you've been on last?
Haven't touched it.
Well, how about your first impressions on the card that's probably not that controversial?
Okay, I can draw, like I said last time on my Magic experience, you got a 1/1 for 1 mana. Whoop-de-doo, there's nothing so special about that. It's stealth. That's pretty nice add-on. And now the effect, your other minions all have 1 health. For me, for 1 mana, you're giving every other minion on your field +1 at any point in the game, +1 health. For me, that's good. I like that. And it's stealth, so it can't immediately be targeted. I have nothing to say bad against that card. But then again, I don't play Hearthstone, so maybe for some reason that card sucks.
No, I kind of agree. In the Warlock deck, I think it does what it needs to do. It makes your guys more durable. It's not targetable.
Yeah.
However, if they consecrate or
Warlock.
something, it's done. But if they're consecrating just to kill that 1 minion, that's dumb.
that's worth it. That's value right there.
I
mean, if you think about it, if you have like some kind of like Swarm deck, which most Warlocks do, that thing just is value town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just does
I can see
everything you
that,
need it to for 1 mana, which is is good. It's not.
If you think about it, it's giving 1 health to every other minion, which means it's basically turning other things into much more value.
Yep.
So,
yeah. It's good.
I'm pretty sure that's pretty non-controversial.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a 1 mana 0/4 taunt shield bearer. I guess I'll just jump in on this one. I don't honestly. It's not the card that I really want in most of my decks, but an 0/4 taunt for 1 mana, especially in arena, if I need to delay, I'll take it. I could use it in another deck, if I didn't have a ton of cards, but it's usable. I would say. I don't think it's terrible. 1 mana has 4 durability. It's not going to kill anything, but it'll keep you from dying. So.
If you had a card that could possibly buff its attack in any way, shape, or form, then you might get more use out of it. But,
yeah,
like a paladin. What isn't there like a 1-turn? I don't know. I really got to play this game now, so I know what I'm talking about.
Squishy, what do you got?
It's to delay if your deck bases off that, but
yeah,
that's about it.
That's all I would see for it. Yeah, it's not anything. You're not going to look at that and go, "Oh my god, I want an 0/4 for 1." Like it does.
I mean, maybe like a paladin buff deck. Like
I mean, I don't expect it to do anything other than what it's doing. Like just get in the way. Like for 1 mana, I wouldn't want more than 1 in my deck probably, because at that point you draw it late game. Yeah. You're just like, yeah, that's awesome. So. Again, not that controversial. Here we go. 0 mana, Shadow Step. Return a friendly minion to your hand. It costs 2 less. I'm pretty sure this is still like a staple of the rogue deck. Like it does exactly what rogues want to do. So, I mean, it's honestly, and if you're asking me, I think it's still one of their best cards. Doesn't cost anything. In fact, it basically, it's minus 2 mana. It's negative 2 mana to cast this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Gets you a battle cry effect again. Allows you to set up a combo. You can use a charge minion again.
Yep. I don't think it's as broken as some people were saying it was at one point, but it's their bread and butter, I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty broken.
You know, negative 2 mana, as you said.
It's pretty good. Negative 2 mana. Negative 2 mana, I get to play a card again. That's pretty good. Alright, here we go. Rare. The Ancient Watcher. 2 mana, 4/5, can't attack. Oh! A card like this, 2 mana for a 4/5 is amazing. However, when it says can't attack, I have a few issues. I know what you're supposed to do with this card. You're supposed to silence it.
2 options. No, there's actually 2 options to do with this card.
Oh, go for it.
Think about it. No, think about it. What's your option?
I'm gonna silence it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a second option.
Buff it with taunt.
Buff it with taunt.
Yeah, that's true.
I actually played a game about 2 hours ago. Turn 1, Ancient Watcher. Turn 2, Defender of Argus. Meaning there was a 4/5 taunt on turn 2. It was a nightmare.
Yes.
But it's so incredibly rare that will ever happen to you that this card just flat out sucks.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying with this deck. Like, this card is one of those cards where if you're hanging out where Xizta likes to live in Magical Christmas Land, this card is fucking amazing. And
in
you
one
could
arena match.
In arena, like I said, yeah, in arena that can happen. You get a bunch of rares, and you're like, well, all right. I hope I have quite a few more silence cards because I'm gonna at least need 1. I don't like cards that rely on other cards to be good. I never that's not what I want to be doing. So when I see a rare like that, I guess that's where it should be because I don't want a 2/4 that can't attack for common. That's a little ridiculous, but it just feels bad when you see a rare with that on it, I think. And you're just like, well, oh well, I could live the dream. I could live the dream. If I live the dream, this shit's awesome. If I don't... Alright, here we go. Ready for this card. I've heard it's controversy.
Hey, hold on. What do you think it is? Take a guess.
I don't even know. It's not Nosdarmu because
right.
that's just bad and trolly.
All right, let's open it then.
All right. Here we go. Edwin Van Cleef. 3 mana for a 2/2 combo. Gain 2/2 for each card played earlier this turn.
Sophist,
Whoa.
go first.
Me first. Potential to be really good. Potential to be really bad. His ceiling is really high. I'm not as enthusiastically going to play this card. Just because I think 9 times out of 10, he's probably a 4/4. Maybe a 6/6 in like a good game, which is good. A 6/6 is really good for 3 mana, but it's not. It really doesn't say 6/6 for 3 mana. It says 6/6 for possibly if you have 2 Shadow Steps.
Yeah. But most of the time, probably 90% of the time, he's just gonna get CC'd, destroyed.
Well, exactly.
Something.
No, yeah, no, I'm still kind of in that magical place where you're right. Most people have a way to deal with a big creature that can't do anything immediately. I prefer my creatures, if they're going to be like a legendary, I'd like it to immediately impact the board the second it comes out. Immediately be able to do something.
Yeah.
I don't think he's terrible. Like he's pretty good. And he forces someone to have to deal with him if played in the right way, but I'm not like bouncing off walls to play this guy, I don't think.
No.
I don't know.
Definitely not. I mean, you can get to 14/14, but it doesn't matter because he can't attack until next turn, where he's most likely going to be destroyed.
They'll probably polymorph him or assassinate him or anything, or hex him or...
Any of the removal.
The other thing, too, I do have an issue with... If you're going to fill your deck with low mana costing cards, right? This is your one guy that you're going to have late game, right? Like, you're not typically going to have a ton of cards late game because if you want this to consistently work, you want a lot of cheap cards. The problem is, if you're just playing a bunch of cheap cards, then you combo out and play this guy and he's a 20/20, the other people have not had to remove anything.
Exactly.
And now they have their removal for your card. I think that's where the real issue is. Like, and then if you do have expensive cards, you can't combo them out with him. So I think he like I said, I think he can be really good, but I think most of the time he's just a mediocre card. So, although it's really gonna suck the turn that someone plays this guy and he's like a 20/20, and you're like, well, I shouldn't have sheeped that 6/5 taunt. That's oh boy.
I mean, there's always gonna be those times either the removal is the last 2 cards in your deck, and that's painful, or you had to use removal earlier. But most of the time, I think this card is just gonna fall flat.
Yeah, I think Squishy. I think both of us tend to live in the realm where when we're playing a game of Hearthstone, or even I play Magic, where consistency is where you want to be. You want it to be consistent. The more consistent your cards are, the better. The more consistent your deck is, the better. And cards that are just like, could be an A+, could be an F, they tend to stay out of my decks just because I can't trust them. I think that's all. I think that's it. That's the one for today.
Yep.
All right. Let's go back to here. I don't know. Do you guys want to touch on anything else from BlizzCon? News that you might have heard? Anything from this week that you can think of? No.
Short show.
It is. It was a good show though. Filled with information.
The only thing I can touch on is I'm going to get drunk at the Game Breaker party.
Have fun with that.
I plan on it.
Then
I have so many parties to go
people.
to. It's going to be kind of scary. I'm not even there yet, and I don't. My liver hurts. All right. Well.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well.
No, say the only party. Yeah. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it because my liver's starting to hurt too.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, for Xizta, he's still sleeping. He'll be with us at BlizzCon. Squishy, would you like to tell people where they can find you at on the interwebs, as always?
Yep, down below, Squishy spoke, as you can see. Sophus and I are thinking of doing a Heroes of the Storm podcast once we actually learn some information, so we should have checked that out.
True. Yes, I'm kind of excited for that.
You didn't hear about that, though?
Oh, no one told me.
Now you know.
Surprise!
I have no fancy name at this
I
level.
don't have a fancy nameplate for you, I'm sorry.
Up a bit, up a bit, up a bit, up a bit, over. There should be a name right there. But there isn't. My Twitter is Thilladren, THILLADREN.
Yes.
You can follow me. I swear that after BlizzCon, I'm going to be updating it a lot more often. But so far, I tweet very minimally. I'm new to this Twitter thing.
Yeah. Go ahead and put your stuff in chat, too, for the people that are in chat, if you want to put your stuff all up in there. And as for me, you can follow me at The Real Sophist, or Twitch TV/TheRealSophist, or at our website, hXc.com. I don't know if Phil mentioned the As Seen on TV podcast. He's part of that series with Xizta. Check that out.
And the wife.
Yes, and Mrs.
You forgot to
Thilladren.
sign off Xizta.
Oh, and for
Here's the
Xizta.
word.
Xista's over here, somewhere in here. He is at Xizta_, I believe. And check out their podcast, the As Seen on TV podcast. It's good stuff. Good stuff if you like some of the shows that they're doing. And that's it. So for Thil, for Squishy, for Xizta, for this guy right here, thanks for watching. We shall see you next week. BlizzCon.
BlizzCon.